Good kick right in front of the goal, and it's in.
Back in, cuts to his forward, take the shot, he scores!
From the Robert Morris University Island Sports Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it's the 2019 Penguins Cup Playoffs. Tonight it's semifinal action between your Peters Township Indians, the #1 seed in Class AAA, and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, the #4 seed. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchuk, and we'll have more after the national anthem. And you might wonder how they got here. Well, the Peters Township Indians finished the regular season with a record of 14-3-1, which again was good for the top spot in the Penguins Cup playoffs. The Mount Lebanon Blue Devils finishing with a record of 9-8-1. These teams split the regular season series, with Mount Lebanon winning at the Ross Draver Ice Garden January 10th in a shootout, with a number of the Indians unavailable due to junior hockey commitments. 3-2 the final score in that game, as the Wilbert brothers scored for Peters Township. Vines and Post providing the goals in regulation for Mount Lebanon. The Indians got revenge on February 4th at the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena with an 8-3 victory over the Blue Devils behind a Ryan Luppy hat trick and a goal and 3 assists from Jeremy Anthos. Wyatt George for the Blue Devils with a goal and an assist, by the way, in the losing effort there. And then on to the playoffs. The Indians, of course, coming off a 3-0 shutout victory over their Miners Cup rivals, the Cannon McMillan Big Macs. And it was Tori Schwartz and Nico Watsula scoring just 2 minutes and 10 seconds apart in the first period. And that was all the Indians would need. It was, in the third period, Jeremy Anthos adding an empty netter to seal the deal. And the Indians tonight have a chance to move on to the Penguins Cup final, where they will play either North Allegheny or Bethel Park, should things go well for the top-seeded Indians tonight. And the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils also coming off a quarterfinal round victory in the Penguins Cup playoffs over Cathedral Prep. The Ramblers were giving the Blue Devils all they could handle. Mount Lebanon holding on to a 3-2 lead in that game until the third period. Despite being outshot 24-4, the Blue Devils scoring on all 4 of their third period shots en route to a 7-3 victory. And the player to watch for the Blue Devils, not much has changed. Number 28, Wyatt George, 19 goals and 29 points, third in Class AAA, and 2 goals and 1 assist in that aforementioned playoff win over the Ramblers. And for Peters Township, really, they have a ton of scoring balance, and that's the way it's been for many years under head coach Rick Tingle and his staff. Tori Schwartz having a fine regular campaign with 17 goals and 25 points, tied for 4th in the classification. Jeremy Anthos, 24 points. He led Class AAA with 19 assists. He's one of the top playmakers in the top tiers of Western Pennsylvania high school hockey. Both those young men with a goal and an assist each in their 2019 playoff debut. And Ryan Luppy, who we mentioned before, had that big game on the 4th of February against Mount Lebanon. He also tied for 4th in Class AAA in the points column with 25 of those, finishing the regular season with 16 goals, finishing 2nd on the Peters Township squad. And you have 2 of the traditional powers of the South Hills, and 2 of the traditional powers really in all of PIHL Class AAA hooking up tonight in the first of 2 Penguins Cup semifinal contests. Of course, the Indians in white off to our right, warming up at present, and the Blue Devils in navy blue with the yellow trim off to our left. These teams have combined for 6 aggregate Pennsylvania Cup state championships in the PIHL era, with 5 of those belonging to Peters Township. And in the Penguins Cup era, these teams combining for a total of 8 championships. They have won 12 Penguins Cups altogether between the 2 of them. Peters Township is going for its 7th Penguins Cup all time this season, and their first since winning the Class AAA regional title in 2017. Peters Township was also the most recent state hockey champion to come from Western Pennsylvania, also happening in 2017. And in just about a minute and 20 seconds real time, we'll put 17 minutes hockey time on the clock here at the Island Sports Center, and we'll be ready to go. The Peters Township Indians and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils with a trip to the 2019 Penguins Cup final on the line. And whichever team prevails tonight will play in that contest this approaching Tuesday, March 19th, at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. That'll be an 8:30 p.m. puck drop thereabouts up in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Matt Popchak again here with you. Glad to be joining you on Peters Township Community Access Television. Standing in for our regular play-by-play host, Matt Geica, who is off spreading the proverbial gospel on Robert Morris University men's hockey up in Boston, Massachusetts as we speak, covering the team during its Atlantic Hockey Tournament playoff run. Busy times for hockey at all levels, really, here in Western Pennsylvania, as both captains have talked to the officials, and again, we're just about ready to go here in a few minutes. Probable goaltenders for both these teams. For Peters Township, between the pipes, it'll be Alex Wilbert, who is coming in with a 9-1 overall mark, a 2.32 goals against average, and 927 save percentage, among the top 5 netminders statistically in Class AAA. And for the Blue Devils, it'll be Bradley Weaver, who was 5-4, 291 goals against, 886 save percentage, a 932 save percentage in the playoffs. However, he toughed out 41 saves to hold off the Cathedral Prep Ramblers and again extend the season for the Blue Devils in that 7-3 victory. The Indians are coached, as I said, by Rick Tingle, assisted by Cliff Bumford and Brandon Tingle. The Blue Devils are coached by Gary Klapkowski and a veritable cast of thousands. Norm DeLeon, Noah Gerber, Tom Hanna, among those on the Mount Lebanon varsity hockey staff. And the Indians will be attacking from right to left on your television to begin the first period of play here from Colonials Arena. Peters Township as the designated home team. Of course, they're the top seed in the entire tournament. They'll have the Robert Morris home bench that's used here for the Division I team games. Mount Lebanon in blue on the away bench. And the Zebras have one last talking to, and we are just about set. Let's do that playoff hockey here on Neville Island. Anthos on the draw against Husak for Mount Lebanon, and Anthos is victorious. The Indians send it up ahead off a stick where it'll be sent back promptly the other way by the Blue Devils. And this looks like an icing call, and it is, against Mount Lebo. Anthos again on the draw. And it'll be again Husak going in the face-off dot for Mount Lebanon. And this time Husak kicks it to his goaltender, or tries to. It'll come free to Timothy Adler. Adler trying to get it out of his own zone. He can't. The Indians keep it bottled up and send it to the near corner where it's played by Mount Lebanon. Ian Post, who had that equalizer in the first meeting between these teams, sends it into the far corner. Lee plays it around near side for Seth Hanna. Hanna up to neutral ice. Anthos trying to play it. He can't. Husak is harassed at his own blue line, but is able to get the puck in the general vicinity of Peters Township territory before the Indians regain possession. Dumped in wide of the Mount Lebanon goal as the Indians change lines early on here. And this puck is airmailed beyond the goal line. Poon giving chase, and it'll be an icing call again against Mount Lebanon. Mark Lehman, who very quietly had a strong season offensively for the Peters Township Indians, takes the face-off. But the Blue Devils regain possession, and sending it up ahead will be Thomas Fleming. Fleming trying to connect with Sam Mitchell. He can't, and the Indians give it away here. Look out, a chance the other way for Mount Lebanon. Centering pass is broken up nicely by Mark Lehman. Good recovery by Lehman on the back check there as the Blue Devils try to get something going here in the early goings of a scoreless first period. But here come the Indians. Watsula leading the charge. Watsula drives the net. Backhander on goal. Kick save made by Weaver. Matsula did not give up on the play, but Weaver held his own. More changes on the Peters side. Mount Lebanon will gain the red line and dump it in, and now Gary Klipkowski wants some fresh troops out there. McElhenney. Lead pass intercepted, and here comes the other way for Mount Lebanon, Antonio Evans. Evans' attempt is blocked, never got through. And the Indians trying to double team their man there as the puck is played between the circles. The Indians eventually come up with it, and here they come the other way. Andrew Wilbert to the corner, where he's bumped there by Graham Cornelius. And near corner, it'll come to Dylan McElhenney. McElhenney up top to Alexander. Back in the corner for John Camp. Camp playing it off a glove. Far corner to Wilbert. Up top, it'll come to Owen Barrett. Barrett to the opposite point. Alexander's shot deflected just wide. Oh, I don't know that Weaver ever saw that. Blue Devils maybe catching a break there as this shot is cranked wide from the far point by the Peters blue liner Barrett. Mount Lebanon in scramble mode a bit here in their own zone as they try to get it back to center, and they do. Indians will reset. 14:10 to go on a running first period clock. No score here. Penguins Cup semifinal. With it for Peters, Seth Hanna around the horn. And it'll come up top to Anthos, but it'll be gloved down by one of the Blue Devils. That was Jack Garlick trying to make something out of that. He couldn't. And the puck will go beyond the Peters Township blue line, so now Mount Lebanon has to tag up. They won't get that chance, however, because here comes Peters Township. Wrist shot, pad save made. Torrey Schwartz tried to go 5-hole on Weaver, but Weaver squeezed the pillows. 13:47 to go in the first period. Peters sort of methodically mounting pressure here, but neither team with anything to show for their efforts thus far. Off the corner to the half wall it comes. Blue Devils trying to clear, they can't, and this shot is put wide of the Mount Lebanon goal. Picked up again by Schwartz. Schwartz around the net. And it comes up to Ian Post. Post with a slapper. That was blocked. Good job by Hanna getting in the way of that one for Peters Township. puck back to neutral ice. Blue Devils reset. Here's Wyatt George. George is well covered as this puck goes off a Mount Lebanon body and right to a Peters Township stick. Luppy looking for an outlet. He finds one. It's Schwartz, but he just wants to chip it in and get off here, I think. Looked like Peters might have been in the middle of the line change there. Luppy, the Peters Township captain, again from the near boards back to center. And now the Indians will get at least one or two fresh bodies out on the ice, as Jeremy Anthos tries to come back the other way before he's poke checked by Wyatt George. A very capable two-way player, the Mount Lebanon skater. DiNardo with it along the red line, up ahead for Johnson. Johnson with a turnaround shot, and Weaver has to make a save there before Matthew Vines picks up the rebound. Matthew Vines scoring the first of those two Mount Lebanon goals in the first regular season meeting between these teams. Again, the Blue Devils would eventually win that game against shorthanded Peters Township in a 3-2 shootout before the Indians posted that aforementioned 5-goal victory at the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena a little over a month ago. And this is airmailed. Doesn't leave the ice, however. It stays just inside the glass. And the Indians will try to flip it back to center. They are successful. Johnson gaining the red line and chipping it in. Follows up his chip in. Puts it off the back of the net before he's harassed up high by Vines. Lead pass now for George. George, the Blue Devil captain, trying to shrug off a man. He does. George looking for someone to go to now as Poon works on him. And the Indians come up with a steal. Watsula unable to handle that. The Blue Devils trying to mount some kind of a counterattack here, but the Indians just not giving them that luxury. Here's a steal by Mount Lebanon. Between the circles, George shoots. Save made, rebound, and it's covered just shy of the goal line by Alex Wilbert. And mark that one down. 11:25 to go, first period, no score, but not for nothing vis-a-vis Wyatt George, the leading goal scorer for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils.
For a full listing of PIHL broadcasts.
Winning the faceoff for Peters Township, John Camp. Dylan McElhenney up to center. Dumps it in on Weaver, and Weaver's just not going to take any chances. He'll cradle this puck, and Blue Devils will take their chances on the defensive zone faceoff with 11:15 to go in a scoreless first period. It comes up to Hannah. Hannah goes point to point to Lee. Lee's shot never made it through. Cornelius might have blocked that with his massive frame. Now it does come outside the blue line. Peters is going to have to tag up here, and it will. And it looked like McElhaney might have been a bit shaken up on that play. He gets to the bench slowly as the Indians change personnel. Hannah from the red line, gains the red line, sends it around the corners, where it'll be corralled by the Blue Devils, who get it back into Peters Township territory. Lead pass beyond the reach of Luppy. And this will not be icing, however. The Blue Devils must play this puck, but they cannot. Schwartz, the assistant captain, had it bottled up at the blue line before the Blue Devils finally get it back to the neutral zone. Going in after this dump in from Mount Lebanon, Sam Falbo. Falbo takes a body check, and the Indians regain possession. Torrey Schwartz with it now. Has Luppy on the far side, and Luppy was just a hair ahead of the play. The Indians tried to mount something there, but just a bit out of sync. Face-off outside the Lebo blue line. 10:08 to go, first period, no score. Clean face-off win by Mount Lebanon. Intercepted by Peters Township. Anthos bumped off the puck by Branwen Pollitt. Turnaround shot and a nifty wrister there by Torrey Schwartz. Forces a glove save from Weaver. Oh, we told you Weaver topped 40 saves in the quarterfinals, and he certainly had to be on his toes at times here in the first period as the Indians try to break this scoreless tie. Another solid face-off win by Mount Lebanon. And here's a lead pass for George behind the defense and on goal. Makes his move. Score! The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. If we didn't know better, we'd say that was Schultz feeding Crosby for that equalizer the other night. What a pass to George. You got to give the Blue Devils credit for that. And it is the 4 seed drawing first blood. 1-0 Mount Lebanon with 9:47 to play in the first period. And for Wyatt George, that is his 3rd tally of the postseason. Now, the one chink in the Peters Township armor offensively, only 10 first period goals on the season as compared to Mount Lebanon's 15. So if there was a chance for the Blue Devils to get something up on Peters Township, it was to get off to a fast start. Wrist shot, save made by Weaver. And this one goes through a crowd and goes wide. Lehman playing it. Comes all the way to Alex Wilbert, and he'll watch his defense play it up to the blue line. Goes off one of his defender's sticks and back into Peters Township territory. Off the dasher boards, back to center. Picked up by Lehman. Lehman is hauled down now. Nothing called. The Indians have it deep in Mount Lebanon territory, but they overskate the puck, and with it now is Zachary Zimmerman trying to clear it for the Blue Devils, and he does. Alexander on the backhand. For number 55 of the Indians, that's Eric Wilbert. Blue Devils intercept and dump it deep. No icing. And Evans intercepting again for Mount Lebanon. He just sends it back inside the zone. Now chasing near side Antonio Evans to Monaco. Monaco with a wrister. That goes over the blocker of Alex Wilbert, I'm sorry. Indians in neutral ice trying to play it up ahead. Blue Devils maintaining the wall at their own blue line, and they take over possession. Pollitt into the glove of Wilbert. Just over 8 to go in the first period. 1-0 Mount Lebanon. Goal on a breakup play by Wyatt George. He has 20 of those this season in the highest classification of Western PA high school hockey, and that's certainly a feather in his cap. Snapshot off the faceoff was blocked. I believe it was Ryan Lee getting a piece of that. And here comes Luppy the other way. Luppy to the corner, centering it, but nobody's home for Peters Township. Anthos off a Mount Lebanon skate. Back to center it goes. Hannah trying to set it up ahead. Flip now into Peters Township territory. Ryan Lee with it again. Pursued by George on the forecheck. George playing very aggressive, trying to make something happen, and he almost did. His post was ready to pick that guy's pocket. That was Luppy, who had a little trouble getting it out of his own zone. Luppy with it in the far corner now as the puck is kicked at, and it'll be George clearing the area again for the Blue Devils. George's centering pass broken up by Seth Hanna. Hanna up ahead for Anthos in transition. Anthos centers it. Oh, he was looking for Schwartz, but he was too well covered. Mount Lebanon now on the counterattack. With it here is Griffin Erdley. Erdley couldn't hang on. McElhenney the other way for Peters Township. Over the line, off the wall, and in behind the Mount Lebanon cage. Hunter Ferguson resetting for Peters Township. Blue Devils having trouble playing the puck in front of their own blue line, but they do get it back into the Peters Township zone as it is reset by Ferguson. He was looking for a man up ahead. Camp giving chase, but unable to get there in time. It'll be icing against the Indians, who trail 1-0 with 6:33 to go in the first period. Blue Devils control the draw. Look out. Glove save made there by Wilbert, and the rebound goes wide. Oh, Antonio Evans very nearly doubled the lead for Lebo. The Indians with it now. Jeffrey Poon up ahead. Around the boards it goes. The Blue Devils content to just let this puck come to them, but it's stolen by Camp. Camp looking for a centering pass. Again, the Blue Devils doing a great job of anticipating that backdoor play, if you will. And out of this traffic jam, it'll come to Ferguson. Poon gains the red line, no icing. Indians will change lines. And they have the puck now, deep in Mount Lebanon territory. Centering it is Wilbert, again, broken up by the Blue Devils as they camp out in front of Weaver. Barrett dumps it in as Mount Lebanon goes for a line change. George with it, far boards, takes a bump to make the play. Lead pass intended for post, intercepted by Peters Township. Alexander dumping it deep. Aiden Alexander camped out at the left point as one of the Blue Devils went down hard. That was a hard check by Parker Johnson on the man behind the cage. Puck goes wide of Wilbert. Blue Devils with it. Centering pass intended for George, broken up. George almost got it back, but the Indians were there. Barrett is harassed in his own zone, and he gets it back through center, but this is going to be an icing call against the Indians. And some Peters fans unhappy. They feel the Blue Devils kind of dummied that play a bit, but at any rate, it'll be a face-off coming up to the right of Alex Wilbert, the Peters netminder. Wyatt George with the only goal, still 1-0 Mount Lebanon, 4:46 to go, first period. Snapshot from left point going wide of everything. That was Tim Adler. Falbo from behind the net, trying to get something going there, but the Indians read it well. Pollitt feigning on the shot, and the Blue Devils are able to follow it up. Look out, here's Garlick into the glove of Alex Wilbur. So now Mount Lebanon with a little momentum here with 4:20 to go in the first, trying to add to that one-goal lead. Luppy with it. Waiting for his man to enter the zone. That's Torrey Schwartz. Schwartz had his pocket picked, however, and the Blue Devils clear. Ferguson dumps it in for Peters Township. Anthos in pursuit. He is double teamed. And the Indians win the puck battle. They work it to the left circle. Centering pass broken up there. That was Pollitt with a good read for Mount Lebanon, as he was all over his man. Puck floating slowly toward the net, never made it through, however, and the Blue Devils come back 2-on-2. It'll be sent deep by Erdley. Indians flip it back to center. Anthos can't pick it up. And neither can Luppy. Cousins puts it wide. Evan Cousins putting it off the glass for Mount Lebanon. Peters regaining possession behind its own net. Trying to clear the zone here. Schwartz with a nice little spin move there. And he leaves it for Luppy. Luppy unable to connect on that pass, however. Indians have to tag up. Here's Anthos sending it up ahead for Alexander. And an Aiden Alexander will again just be content to dump it in as Peters makes wholesale changes. Bouncing puck, right hash, intercepted by the Indians. Wilbert trying to center. Nobody home. Barrett. Cross ice. Sent back into Mount Lebanon territory, and here come the Indians, but they are offside. John Camp had broad daylight between him and Bradley Weaver, but not to be, and we remain 1-0 Lebo with 2:45 to go in the first period. Post near side will whack this puck out of midair, of all things. But the Indians get to it first. And can they clear the zone? They can't. Mount Lebanon sending it deep, but it's intercepted by Aiden Alexander. Off the boards and out. In pursuit for Peters Township is Braden DeBonis. Excuse me, that's not DeBonis, that's Andrew Wilbert playing it in the far corner, but he's bumped off the puck, and George takes it over for Mount Lebanon off the stick of Post on the outlet pass. And one of the Indians goes down hard. Post has it for Mount Lebanon. Turnaround shot, never got through. The rebound picked up by Vines. Vines through a crowd. That missed everything. From the left point, Tom Fleming down low. Snapshot from the top of the circle. That's denied by Wilbert. And the Indians content to just get it back to the Lebo blue line. McElhenney gains the red line and dumps it into the zone. Falbo with it. Taken over by Wilbert. And the Blue Devils will dump it in. Both teams changing personnel now. Final minute 30 of play in the first period. 1-0 Mount Lebanon on a goal by Wyatt George. Lehman unable to play the puck. As Falbo went down hard, he was hit by one of the other Wilberts. That's number 55, Eric Wilbert. Seth Handel with it. Surveys the play. Pulls back.
1 minute remaining in the period.
And it's sent off the boards, intended for Watsula. He couldn't come up with it. And now Watsula will take it himself and dump it in. Zimmerman unable to gain possession. Erdely trying to clean up this little mess here, and he does. Hanna calling for the puck near side, and he has it. He'll give it to Lehman, who turns around and sends it into the Blue Devil zone. Wilbert behind the net. Bumped off the puck, and the Blue Devils should be able to clear the zone here with 20 seconds to play. With it near side is Aiden Weaver. Weaver on his off wing into the glove of Alex Wilbert, who holds on. Exactly 15 ticks to talk in this first period. Face-off won by the Blue Devils. Husak wide. And this should just about do it for the first period here at the RMU Island Sports Center. Post with a slap shot. And Wilbert will have no trouble with this one. And the period does indeed expire with the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils holding a 1-0 lead over the Peters Township Indians. Wyatt George's third of the playoffs on a beautiful setup from Tim Adler. At the 7:13 mark of period one is your difference thus far. I'm Matt Popchalk, back with more from the island in a moment. And back to action here from the RMU Island Sports Center. Penguins Cup semifinal round. Peters Township trailing Mount Lebanon 1-0 on a first period goal by Wyatt George. And here come the Blue Devils attacking right to left to begin the second period of play. Well, the Indians with 34 second period goals on the year. That's, if you believe in trends, typically when they've been able to take over games. So if the second period is to be, again, Peters Township's period, keep your eye on the Indians here. Hand pass called, and we get our first stoppage 28 seconds into the middle frame, I should say. Camp taking the face-off for Peters Township against Antonio Evans. And Evans sends it back in for icing. Aiden Alexander from the left point playing this puck. Down low to Dylan McElhenney. Up to Andy Wilbert. Wilbert from the half boards calling for it, but he was too well covered. Indians keep it in the zone, however. Camp sends it low. A little shot pass there for McElhenney. McElhenney trying to outmaneuver Fleming. He can't. McElhaney gets it back, however, and he'll send it up for Andy Wilbert. Wilbert back for McElhaney. The Blue Devils defense caught off guard here. Wilbert driving the net. Backhanded just wide. A good cycle there by the Indians, but just couldn't quite finish. Now out in front, here's Camp resetting it. Snapshot in on goal. That's denied. I think Weaver got a piece of that, and the Blue Devils trying to just get it out of their own zone and save face here. And they'll dump it into the Peters Township bench, in fact, and that'll keep the pressure on Mount Lebanon with a face-off coming up in the Blue Devils zone. And the Blue Devils win this face-off as it eventually comes to Pollitt. Indians try to flag it down in neutral ice, and they do. Peters Township trying to reset here as Mount Lebanon clogs up the neutral zone. Adler off a body or a hand, it looked like maybe from Watsula, but we play on in any case. And the Indians intercept. Here's Wilbert. Shot. Score! Eric Wilbert nuzzles that nylon. 1:49 in the second period, and the Indians are on the board. It is a 1-1 game here at Colonials Arena. Oh, Eric Wilbert just passed a camel through the eye of a needle. That was a very tough angle, and he somehow beat Bradley Weaver to the short side, and now Peters Township has a little bit of life here after conceding the first period lead. Eric Wilbert, again, the goal scorer for Peters Township. As the Blue Devils have an opportunity that is for naught. Mount Lebanon still with the puck, however, trying to keep the pressure on after the goal.
The Peters Township goal scored by number 55, Eric Wilbert. Assisted by number 56, Mark Lehman. Time of the goal, 15-11.
And the Blue Devils with it again behind the Peters Township goal. Loose puck cleaned up alertly by Torrey Schwartz, who puts it off the glass and back to center. In pursuit is Anthos. Has a man open right down the middle. It's Luppy if he can get it to him, but he was too well covered. It comes up to Schwartz, who fans on the shot. Schwartz from the right circle puts it on Weaver, and Weaver is just barely able to keep that puck from crossing the line. Eric Wilbert, his first of the postseason for Peters Township, has us tied at 1 here with 14:16 to go in period number 2. Camp goes down. Nothing called as Weaver covers again. And so much to the chagrin of the officials wearing red and white, we remain 5-on-5 here. As Camp takes the draw, and he tries to muscle it back to McElhaney, but a good play by Falbo to kick it to Cornelius, who tries to clear the zone. Indians keep it in, giving chases Camp near corner. Camp double-teamed, tries to get it to McElhaney. He can't, but now he will work and get it to the corner. Lebo trying to flip it out of the zone, nothing doing. Indians playing around with it still as it's kicked over to Camp. Camp unable to center it for Alex Wilbert. Or Andy Wilbert, excuse me. Over to Poon, right point. His slapper blocked. Jonathan Izzo getting in the way of that one as this puck is redirected in on goal. And again, Weaver has to make a save. 13:35 to go in period 2. It's a 1-1 hockey game, but from a Peters standpoint, probably doesn't feel like it. The Indians, as we said, the second period has been their period this year, and they've got a little bit of hop now after that equalizer from Eric Wilbert. Lehman unable to come up with it as Mitchell gets it across ice, and Aiden Weaver taking it outside the zone for Mount Lebanon tries to lead a puck between the circles intended for Griffin Erdley, but they could not connect. Now it comes to Mitchell in the high slot area. His shot goes off a Peters Township body. The Blue Devils have a little something going here. as Mitchell has it. Mitchell taken down. Again, they're letting them play here tonight on the island. Flip back to center. Evans giving chase, as is Lehman, who assisted on that game-tying goal for Peters Township. And the Blue Devils eventually gain possession, and this should be icing. It is against Lebo. 12:49 to play in the second period. 1-1 still your score. Shot on goal, kick save, rebound. Oh, just putting it wide was Luppy. Hannah with it. Resets for Ryan Lee. Lee from the top of the circle. His shot is blocked and it comes outside the zone. And the Indians have to hurry back here. Here comes Monaco in transition. His shot off the blocker of Alex Wilbert and out of play. Oh, that could have been not ideal for the Indians. But Wilbert equal to the task. 12.5 to go to the ice cut. Peters Township 1, Mount Lebanon 1. Penguins Cup semifinal, Class AAA. Winner plays either North Allegheny or Bethel Park next Tuesday at the Lemieux Complex for all the marbles, the Penguins Cup Championship. Peters Township over the line. Snap shot from distance by Jeremy Anthos is gloved. Weaver leans to the left and hangs on.
Study playoff brackets, catch the latest headlines, and learn more about your favorite team by visiting PIHLHockey.com.
Off the glass it goes. Off the boards, rather. And it just kind of dies at the red line where the Blue Devils take it in earnest. From his off wing. Here's a shot by Luke Husak that's blocked, and Husak takes a hard blow. Blue Devil fans unhappy, but play continues. Bouncing puck, which was not played with a high stick per this USA Hockey crew, is eventually sent back in the other direction by the Indians, who may be guilty of icing here. Or are they? Now that puck just kind of died in the snow there in front of the Lebo goal line. The Indians catch a bit of a territorial break there as they have possession now. Play in front. Oh, off the side of the net. Good effort there by McElhenney, but Weaver read it well. Poon trying to shoot it from the boards. That's blocked. Lead pass for George is taken over by Anthos instead, who turns around and puts it off the glass and off one of the Blue Devils. They say no icing. Around the boards it comes and outside the Mount Lebanon area. Indians just trying to get out of their own way and tag up here. They do, but they have trouble entering the Mount Lebanon zone. The Blue Devils stacking that blue line of theirs as they take it over behind their own cage. Ferguson sends it to the corner. John Camp with it. Far side. For McElhaney. For Wilbert. Out in front and past everybody. Well, Wilbert had a couple of options there, but just couldn't connect. As Alex Wilbert, the goalkeeper, carefully plays it. Indians content to just dump it in and change lines. Glove down by Lehman. Lehman, oh, unable to center it. For Eric Wilbert. Turnaround shot now by Lehman is blocked. From the point, Barrett, and on goal, save made! How Weaver hung on to that one, I'm not quite sure. That was a nasty redirect there by the Indians. They're getting their garbage through, but Weaver's been able to hang on and preserve this 1-1 tie with 10:16 to go in the second period. Shot right off the faceoff, save made, rebound is loose, kept alive by Barrett at the point. And on goal, but blocked down by Izzo, and the Blue Devils are content to just ice this puck here. Alex Wilbert doing everything he could not to play that puck and yet not keep it from not going in the goal as well. That just barely glanced off the cage and went long enough for icing. Wilbert turnaround shot. This time it misses. Aiden Alexander trying to work off a man here. Puts it between his own legs, but the Indians are able to keep it alive for the moment. But it deflects off a Mount Lebanon body, and the Indians have to reset now. With it in his own end is Zimmerman. Zimmerman saw it taken over by Watsula, offside, Eric Wilbert. .9:42 to go, second period. Peters Township starting to tilt the ice, and they have scored in this period. But it's still only a 1-1 hockey game. And now the Blue Devils will ice the puck. Luppy toward goal. Weaver unable to hold that one. Anthos trying to play it from the half boards. He's double teamed. And this will be airmailed back to center by Mount Lebanon. In pursuit for the Blue Devils is Ian Post. The Indians go D to D, however, as Schwartz lets it glance off his blade and to the left of Bradley Weaver, the Mount Lebanon goaltender. Blue Devils trying to mount a counterattack here, but they can't as it's sent back towards center. Schwartz had it taken away by Wyatt George now. Ahead for Husak. Up ahead now for Ian Post. His shot goes wide. Indians trying to get their breakout going here, and they finally are able to. Hanna is poked at by Erdley as he sends it into Mount Lebanon ice. And up to center it comes now for Griffin Erdley. Erdley over the line. Had that taken away. Blue Devils have to tag up here. Pollitt waits for George to get back on. Ditto Erdley. And the Blue Devils changing some bodies here as the Indians try to play the puck from behind their own goal. Alexander near side for Torrey Schwartz. Schwartz had it poked at by Tim Adler. Adler with it from within his own end. Brings it up through center. Adler from the off wing. Had that shot go off a foot. And here comes Schwartz. Oh, Schwartz had a path the other way but overskated the puck. Now it's dumped back into Blue Devil territory for an icing call against Peters Township with 8:04 to go in the second period. Still a 1-1 game here. Matt Popchuk on board with you from the RMU Island Sports Center in Pittsburgh, PA. Home of the Colonials men's hockey team and the three-time CHA regular season champion women's hockey team, who just completed another fine season. The men, as I said earlier, with our own Matt Geitka up in Boston, continuing their sojourn in the AHA playoffs. And Matt will be back with you should the Indians win on Tuesday from the Lemieux Complex, as Peters Township, again, if they are victorious tonight, will play for the Penguins Cup Championship of Class AAA. Poon with it in his own end. From the corner, reads the play, puts it over a couple of outstretched glove hands, and in pursuit now is John Camp, but Vines is going to get there first. Camp off his own man, takes it himself. He's onside, dangles around one man, can't get around Vines completely, however, as the Blue Devils clear the zone. Poon near side, off the glass. Vines unable to play it. The Indians have it. Centered out in front. It's loose. Put toward goal by Lehman. That's wide. McElhenney with it. Goes behind the goal line. Off a Blue Devils stick. And this cross-ice pass broken up by Evans. Mount Lebanon intercepts and flips it off the girder and almost off the tam o'shanter of Peters Township head coach Rick Tingle, who was ready to duck for cover there on the home bench. Peters Township, the designated home team again. They are the #1 seed in the PIHL Penguins Cup Class AAA playoffs. Mount Lebanon, the #4 seed in the 9-team AAA classification. Blue Devils are able to clear as Alexander was not quite able to keep that puck in the zone. 6:30 to go in the second. 1-1 the score. Vines can't play it. Here come the Indians. Watsula on goal. Save made. Penalty coming up against the Blue Devils. And that lethal Peters Township power play will get its first opportunity of the night with 6:18 to go to the ice cut. Peters Township didn't get a ton of power play chances this year, but when they did, they made them count. 25.7% on the man advantage. One of the top power plays percentage-wise in high school hockey here in Western PA. Luppy with it from the half wall. Cross ice. It goes.
Mount Lebanon penalty, number 7, Thomas Fleming.
The Indians trying to reset the play, but Paula takes it over, and he's not able to clear the zone, however. Indians trying to play the bouncing puck, and they're able to get to it. It's an on goal. Luppy couldn't redirect it past Weaver. Near side for Anthos. Anthos top of the circle. Fakes a shot. Sent it off a body. Put on Weaver. Save made. Rebound. The Indians buzzing here. Hannah for Anthos. Anthos worked on by Paulette. And now he's thrown down, and nothing called. I can't believe it. Anthos was absolutely tackled by one of the Blue Devils and nothing called. No, that was Tori Schwartz, I'm sorry, who was tackled. But again, no call, which is a bit puzzling under the circumstances. Luppy gloving it down. Barely able to keep it alive for Anthos. Anthos with 43 to go in the 5-on-4. Behind the goal line. Lehman with it, far corner. Sent across for Luppy. Luppy with all kinds of room at the right point. Centers it. In front. Score! Andrew Wilbert loves Lamp. And the Peters Township Indians have their first lead of the night. It is 2-1. A power play goal by the Indians. Their 10th PPG of the season with 4:45 remaining in the second period. Andrew Wilbert had a yawning net and a day and a half to shoot, and he made no mistake about that loose puck as he beat Weaver out of position, and the Indians have their first lead of the night. Here come the Blue Devils now. Oh, man, Wilbert didn't know where that puck was, and the Blue Devils try to jam away at it before he covers and forces a face-off. Gary Klopkowski on the Lebo bench, not happy.
Number 25, Andrew Wilbert. Assisted by Ryan Lappe. And number 58.
Luppy and Jones on the helpers there. And for Andrew Wilbert, that's his first goal of the Penguins Cup playoffs. And again, it's a power play marker for the Indians, who have a 2-1 lead now with 4:20 to go on a running second period clock. Little Murphy dump here by Luppy. Stays in play somehow. The Blue Devils collect it. Hard bump there by Tori Schwartz, who is no worse for the wear after being tackled a minute ago. Nico Watsula, not Jones, I beg your pardon, getting the secondary helper there. As this puck is iced by Peters Township. 3:45 to go, second period. 2-1 Indians. This puck loose in front. The Indians have it, and they will send it back to neutral ice. Poon with it, dumps it deep into Mount Lebanon territory. Cornelius in pursuit, wraps it off the dasher. and off a Mount Lebanon body and back toward the Peters Township blue line. Indians going D to D as it's sent up ahead for Mark Lehman. Lehman with some room now, and on goal, kick save made there, and a good one by Weaver. Weaver trying to keep his team in the game now, down by 1. Centering pass intended for Lehman, a little too soft there and broken up by Cornelius. Lehman still has it, but the Blue Devils take it away, and a good read there by Sam Falbo to get it back to neutral ice. And the puck is iced by Mount Lebanon with 3:06 to go, so they cut the ice here at the Island Sports Center. Camp will take it against Fino Monaco. And ultimately, the Indians win this one. Turnaround shot from the half wall was blocked by Monaco. Camp trying to work Zimmerman over, but the Blue Devils clear their area again. However, they will have to endure another face-off in their own zone with 2:49 left in the second period. Wilbert out in front. 4 men camped out in front of Weaver, and one of them gets it. I believe that was Cornelius, and clears the area. Peters sending it right back in, however. No rest for the weary here if you're the Blue Devils defense. Peters Township trying to keep that pressure on and add to the lead before the period expires. From the half boards, Cornelius will ice it one more time. The Blue Devils content to just extend the game and take their chances with these faceoffs in the defensive zone. You got to wonder if playing with that kind of fire is going to get them burned eventually. Anthos in to take it, but it'll be won by Husak, and it's flipped back towards center. Wyatt George corrals it. Has it roll off his stick, but gets it right back. The Indians triple teaming the top Mount Lebanon point getter as it bounces off a couple of bodies and almost got in behind Alex Wilbert, but he was able to get a body on it. Anthos at the other end. Centering pass, shot. Oh, what a save by Weaver. Oh, that could mean the game. The way this one's going. Husak back the other way, looking for Post, can't connect. Post will send it behind the net for Husak, who is bumped immediately. The Indians take it over with 1:40 to go and are just barely able to get it outside their zone. Some minor changes here for the Blue Devils, but not a complete line change with time ticking away in period number 2. Mount Lebanon sending it back into Peters Township territory one more time. And camping out at center ice was Luppy, trying to cherry pick there, but the Blue Devils read it well. And Luppy now stick check there by one of the Blue Devils. That's Paulett as the puck is sent deep into Mount Lebanon ice.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Erdley with it for Mount Lebanon near side. Pulls up, offside. 55 ticks to talk. 2-1 Peters Township. Eric Wilbert at even strength, 1:49 in. And then Andrew Wilbert on the power play. And it really has been all Peters Township for the most part here in this middle frame. So the story of their success this season continues. Again, kind of repeatedly starting off a little slow, but they get into the middle of those games, those second and third periods, they get their legs going. Wilbert puts it weakly wide of the goal. Now he's bumped in the corner. Was looking for Poon at the right point, but he's not going to be able to make that play. Half a minute to go as it comes around the boards now. Peters just trying not to make any late mistakes here defensively as Lehman gets a stick on this puck and it's sent the other direction. And now it'll be Peters Township guilty of icing with 19.5 to go. wrist shot. Save made by Weaver right off the draw there. Oh, a nice play by Erdley, but Alex Wilbert made the save. And now here is Bradley Weaver covering the puck as the Indians were in hot pursuit with 7.5 seconds to go. Face-off coming up to Bradley Weaver's left here. Anthos to take it for Peters Township. But it'll be Husak winning it for Mount Lebanon, and that'll do it. Andrew Wilbert's power play tally, the difference maker thus far. We will cut the ice here at the RMU Island Sports Center in Greater Pittsburgh, and then we will find a Penguins Cup final participant, however long that may take. It is Indians 2, Blue Devils 1. I'm Matt Popchalk, back with more Penguins Cup playoff hockey here from Neville Island in just a bit. And the Indians warming up off to our right here before the start of the third period from the RMU Island Sports Center, where they may or may not be 17 minutes away from a return to the Penguins Cup final in PIHL Class AAA. Peters Township clinging to a 2-1 advantage over the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, the number 4 seed in this year's tournament. Peters, the number 1 seed, trying to put the chalk on the board, as it were, and go all the way through to the Lemieux complex for next Tuesday's championship affair. Wyatt George opening the scoring for the Blue Devils in period 1, and that was all the first period scoring at 7:13 into the period, assisted by Tim Adler at even strength. Second period, Peters got an early equalizer from Eric Wilbert, his first of the playoffs, from Mark Lehman, 1:49 into the frame. And then with 4:45 to go until the ice cut, it was Andrew Wilbert scoring into an exposed net in front for a power play goal for the Peters Township Indians, set up by Ryan Luppy and Nico Watsula. And for Andrew Wilbert, one of 3 triplets on this Indian squad, that was his first goal of the postseason as well, and that's where we stand right now. Again, Peters Township 2, Mount Lebanon 1. 2 of the premier programs in the PIHL, both South Hills schools, going at it here with a trip to the regional final at stake. Blue Devils control the third period draw to begin. Off the boards, it is intended for Ian Post, picked up instead by Peters Township's Seth Hanna. Up ahead with it is Luppy, but it's poke checked away and Mount Lebanon counterattacks. Near side, Wyatt George from the right hash. That's off the glove hand of Alex Wilbert, the Peters Township netminder. Schwartz trying to play it up ahead, he couldn't. And he'll get off early here in the third period, as the Blue Devils have it, or chase it, I should say, near the Peters Township blue line, but Hanna sends it back the other direction. Husak with it around the boards. Luppy trying to get positioning on his man, he does, but he can't hang on to the puck, and the Blue Devils do clear their zone. Ferguson gains the red line and dumps it in. Adler with it. Adler made that beautiful flip pass off the faceoff win that led to the Wyatt George quasi-breakaway goal. But it has been all Peters Township since. Shots in the second period, 18-5 in favor of the Indians. And, of course, they had the only 2 shots that counted in that middle 20. Or that middle 17, I beg your pardon. Blue Devils changing personnel here as they try to play it at the center circle. That was Erdley mishandling it. Flipped up ahead, and here come the Indians with a chance here. Watsula centers it. Shot. Oh, what a save by Weaver. Ferguson slapper. Another save made by Weaver. Oh, Bradley Weaver pointing to his back and saying, hop on, boys, I got this. He is trying to will the Blue Devils back into this game, and he just made a phenomenal save there to maybe save the season for the moment for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Hard hit at the red line as Alexander got the worst of that one. Behind the net, It comes out in front loose and picked up by the Blue Devils. Blue Devils, give them credit. They've done a good job kind of packing it in front of Weaver. That's kind of their style. Try and get the lead early and play tight defense. But it's Peters Township with the upper hand at the moment, and 14:30 remaining in regulation. 2-1 the score. McElhaney back to center through the legs of Monaco. Barrett trying to play the puck. One of the Blue Devils goes down, and now another. We play on here. Aiden Alexander gains the red line, dumps it in, no icing. Picked up by Jonathan Izzo. Izzo near side to Branwyn Pollitt. Barrett has it now. That lead pass was intended for the Blue Devils' Antonio Evans. He couldn't get it, but the Blue Devils steal. Look out, centering pass out in front, broken up nicely by John Camp, and Camp comes back the other way for Peters Township. Camp over the line, off the stick of Pollitt. Indians trying to keep it inside the zone, and they do. Bouncing puck here, handled by Dylan McElhaney. McElhaney weaves around a couple of defenders. He's taken down, nothing called. Ryan Lee ahead of the red line sends it in the zone as the Blue Devils are trying to make a line change here. The Indians take it over, flipped into the corner. Torrey Schwartz with it. Trying to leave it for someone, nobody there. Anthos was the closest man for Peters. Hanna toward the goal, that's knocked aside. Good block there by Adler. To the corner it goes again. Anthos kind of kicking at it, gets it to his own stick. Anthos, stick check now by Adler. Anthos breaks free, gets it to the point. Lee to Hanna. Hanna cross ice. Snapshot. Oh, that was a shot pass intended for Schwartz, I believe. Now Hanna's just going to crank one off the body of Husak, and it goes to the far corner. Peters keeping play alive here with 12:50 to go in the third. Trying to add to their one-goal advantage. Husak gains possession for Mount Lebanon, but he cannot clear the zone. It comes near point to Hanna. Hanna to Schwartz for Anthos. Shot. Save made by Weaver. Weaver might have been partially screened by his own man there as finally the Blue Devils clear the zone. What a shift that was by the Indians. Sent off a body and off the goal stick of Alex Wilbert. Indians play it back to center. Vines from inside his own blue line up ahead for Erdley. Erdley looking for Aiden Weaver. Weaver in pursuit. Seth Hanna gets positioning on him and tries to bump him off the puck. The Indians unable to clear the zone, however. Near point, it comes to Vines toward the goal. Goes off a couple of sticks and bodies and never makes it through. Anthos gets his motor going. Tries to center it, does. Shot, put just wide. Oh, Aiden Alexander did not miss by all that much. Stolen away by Poon as he sends it back into Mount Lebanon territory. The Blue Devils will gather it in and send it up ahead. With it now, Aiden Weaver. Weaver poke checked by one of the Indians. Back to the red line it goes and sent back in off a body. With it now is Matthew Vines. Vines puts it off a stick, that of Watsula, and it goes wide. Peters picking up its physical play here in the defensive zone as the Indians send it to the near boards, off and out to center. Watsula in pursuit. Vines is going to get there first, and he sends it to Zimmerman. Zimmerman with it up to Post. Post over the Peters blue line, has it taken away for the moment, and now the Blue Devils have to get back on side. Oh, a misplay there. Could hear that all the way from Salem Hall as it clanged off the side iron, and now Mount Lebanon offside as Cornelius was late to the party.
Tonight's playoff games on Trib High School Sports Network will be archived for online viewing at any time. Visit tribhssn.triblive.com to relive all the action from the 2019 Penguins Cup Playoffs.
Face-off won by the Indians. That was Anthos doing the honors there. Peters Township trying to get something going here, but Mount Lebanon will take over at its blue line and look for Ian Post. They can't find him. Anthos with a steal. Anthos over the line. Sends it right side. Shot is blocked. That was Schwartz trying to fire it on goal, but it was taken away by Adler, who gave up his body to make the play. Now from a bad angle, here's Schwartz putting it off the boards, and that puck ricochets all the way back to neutral ice. George takes a hard bump there in Peters Township territory, and the Indians with it now again. trying to work it outside the zone, and they do. Jeremy Anthos from the left point dumps it in. Indians changing personnel here, as up ahead of the play was Aiden Alexander trying to come up with a steal there. Nothing doing. Behind the Peters net now are the Blue Devils before it's taken away. Kept in by the glove of Fleming, however, and the Indians are able to work it outside the zone. Alexander behind his own goal. Now it comes to Luppy. Luppy's pass, the lead pass too far for Andrew Wilbert, who has the go-ahead power play goal, which came with 4:45 remaining in the second period. 2-1 Peters Township is your score. Mount Lebanon trying to stay alive here. Peters Township playing the Blue Devils for a trip to the Penguins Cup final next Tuesday. 9:15 to go in the third period. Near side, there's a hit on Hannah by Erdley. McElhaney has the red line and sends it in. Camp in pursuit, tries to get there first, and it comes loose and played outside the area by Erdley. Hannah flips it into Blue Devil territory. From the corner, here's Fleming back toward the Peters blue line. Hannah up ahead. And McElhaney unable to do anything with that one. Hannah regaining possession, back to Camp. Camp trying to pound it outside the zone with his glove, and he eventually does. Blue Devils have to tag up here as Ryan Lee has it for Peters Township. Off the boards, back to Pollitt. Pollitt has trouble handling it, and Peters Township intercepts. Here's Wilbert. His snapshot is blocked. Kicked at by one of the Blue Devils. That's Aiden Weaver, and it's sent back up ahead. Erdley trying to set it up for Wyatt George, who has a lone Mount Lebanon goal. And this puck from a bad angle is flung toward the net by George, but he doesn't got it. Alex Wilbert's got it. 8:06 to go. Third period. Peters Township 2, Mount Lebanon 1. Peters Township with the puck now behind its own goal line as Poon has it defensively for the Indians. Up to Schwartz. Schwartz will ice this puck as the Blue Devils give chase. Or will they? It kind of died in front of the goal line, so the Blue Devils have to keep the play going. And they will do just that. Husak, Luke Husak leading the charge. Again, post, his shot, glove down, rebound. That looked like it deflected off the glove and off the mask of Alex Wilbert, but Peters Township survives that chance. They're looking for Wyatt George, but Luppy has it, and he puts it back in the general direction of Bradley Weaver, who flags it down. This puck goes off a Mount Lebanon helmet, and back to Ferguson for Peters Township. Up to Eric Wilbert, who had the game-tying goal early in the second period, scoring from a difficult angle, beating Bradley Weaver to the glove side, on the short side for that matter. Watsula with it, around a man. Tries to center it for Eric Wilbert. Wilbert too well covered. Adler behind his own goal. Up and out and icing against the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. 6:48 to play in period 3. Will it be Peters Township? Will it be Mount Lebanon? Will it be North Allegheny? Will it be Bethel Park? We're going to find out soon enough. The Indians still maintaining that 2-1 lead here, trying to punch their ticket to the Lemieux complex. This one is put wide of goal by Eric Wilbert. And he has it in the near corner. Picked up now by Matthew Vines. Vines trying to use his big body to protect that puck, and he does. The Blue Devils are able to get it back going the other way, and they come back 2-on-2 as Evans' shot is deflected up into the mesh behind Alex Wilbert. Good defensive play there by Aiden Alexander, who showed the forward no respect. Face-off controlled by Monaco for Peters, or for Mount Lebanon, excuse me. Fino Monaco behind the Peters Township goal, but the Indians take it over. Can't get it out, however, as Camp is dumped, and now the Blue Devils are guilty of offside with 6:09 to go in regulation. Centering pass off the draw. Oh, Eardley put it just wide. And now this pass around the boards is a little too hard for Griffin Eardley, the Mount Lebanon forward. The Blue Devils are able to keep it inside the zone, however, as Eardley continues to fight for that puck. What a shift for him. The Indians looking for possession. Here's Lee playing with it as it goes off a Peters Township skate. And this will finally go back. Possession of the Indians, and with it is Dylan McElhaney. McElhaney looking for a man. Oh, great job with the body there by Thomas Fleming to break up the potential 2-on-1. McElhaney up ahead to John Camp. Camp taken down from behind. Play continues. And now one of the Blue Devils loses his stick on a hard bump from McElhaney, who's a big young man, to say the least. Vines knocked down. And we will get a penalty here against the Indians, a slashing call. So now the Blue Devils get their first power play opportunity of the game, and it comes with 5:07 to play in the third period, and Peters Township ahead 2-1. Mount Lebanon 25% on the power play this year. They too, like Peters Township, very, very efficient on the man advantage, so the Indians really have to keep their poise here.
Number 18, Seth Hanna, 2 minutes for slashing at 5:07.
The Blue Devils set things up here. Here's George. He can't handle it. It comes outside the zone, and Luppy will go after this puck, and Luppy's going to try and kill some time off the penalty clock here at least. Peters Township with 6 shorthanded goals on the year. That was the most in Class AAA. They like to press shorthanded, so the Blue Devils also have to be careful here. 3-on-2 the other way from Mount Lebanon. Shot from the circle is kicked out. That one was taken by Post. Post with it again from the left hash. Down low, back to Ian Post. Cross ice for Adler, it's broken up, and the Indians are in pursuit. Here's Lehman going after it. He can't find it. But the Indians are going to be able to possibly clear the zone here. They do not, but the Blue Devils are offside with 1:09 to go on the penalty clock and 4:16 left on the third period clock. It is still 2-1 in favor of Peters Township. Husak against Schwartz, and that's a win for Schwartz, as Ryan Lee is going to be able to just clear the zone. Halfway through this Mount Lebanon power play, each team has had only one of those in this hockey game thus far. Peters Township converted theirs late in the second period thanks to Andrew Wilbert, and that's been the difference maker thus far. Steal by the Indians. Flip pass intended for Luppy. Luppy's going to be able to catch up to this puck, but he won't have an opportunity to score, it appears, as Adler's going to take him off the puck. But again, more time off the penalty clock here as the Indians were able to get it out of danger. Now the Blue Devils come back. Could have had a 3-on-2 if they hurried, but they were just out of gas, and it goes off a skate and in. Boy, isn't that some puck luck. Adler's going to get this goal, I believe. He was out of the play and just kind of threw it between the circles as a last resort. And the prayer that Tim Adler threw up is answered. It is a power play goal for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, and we are tied at 2 with 3:37 to play in the third period. Oh, what a fortuitous bounce for the 4 seed. So my eyes deceive me. It is Griffin Erdley getting the power play goal, and he had that good shift earlier in the period for Mount Lebanon. Again, just a puck off an unconscious defender, just camped out in front of Wilbert, who was playing his position, ready to take away a possible centering pass of some kind there, and it goes right off his skate and behind the Peters Township netminder. Face-off in Peters Township territory now as Husak tries to win it, but he can't. It'll come around the boards to Schwartz. Schwartz sailing it ahead to Jeremy Anthos. Anthos over the line. Anthos between the circles. Anthos drifts to the right side. Puts it weakly off the stick of Bradley Weaver, the Mount Lebanon goaltender. Alexander unable to play it, but Barrett there to clean it up for the Indians. Up ahead it comes to Post. Alexander with it now for Schwartz. Post up ahead now for Husak. Husak can't center it. It's blocked. Slap shot by Post goes off the foot of Lupi. And this shot is put wide of the net by Wyatt George. Lupi going in after it for Peters Township. And he will get it off his own man, and eventually it does come back to neutral ice. The Indians a little bit befuddled after that fluky goal that tied the game late here. 2:15 to go in regulation. It's a 2-2 game. Indians trying to reset here physically and mentally. Anthos over the line. Around the boards. Taken away by Pollitt. And Pollitt trying to spring something the other way for Mount Lebanon, but he can't. Good stick on puck work there by the Indians. Getting back on the back check, and here's Andrew Wilbert. Wilbert for Luppy. Offside. 1:52 to play. Face-off going to come outside the Blue Devils' blue line. Lehman breaking into Mount Lebanon territory, unable to outmaneuver his man, and the Blue Devils will be content to get this back to center. Hanna waiting for his men to tag up, dumps it in carefully. Now snapshot, from the side by Andrew Wilbert. That was denied by Weaver. Centered now for the Blue Devils, Aiden Weaver. Weaver is buttressed out of the play by the defenseman Seth Hanna. Blue Devils have to tag up, and they will with 1:18 to go in the third period. Are we going to see any late fireworks here from one of these teams? Oh, giveaway there by the Indians, but doesn't appear like it's going to come back to haunt them as Lehman cleans it up for Hanna. Back to Watsula. Watsula up ahead to Lee. Lee over the line. On goal, glove save, and Weaver's not going to take any chances, and I think that's the right decision to make there. 58.4 in regulation is the time remaining. 2-2 hockey game here, and fans here on both sides getting their money's worth. These two South Hills Titans clashing and clashing hard for a trip to the Penguins Cup final. The Blue Devils win the faceoff, but they can't clear the zone. Snapshot from the far boards by Schwartz, missed everything. Now Schwartz gets it again. Schwartz trying to center it, he can't. The Indians kick at it, and now it's taken by Wyatt George, and George goes the other way for Mount Lebanon. George from the top of the circle, drag, save made, rebound, cleaned up by Poon. Bouncing puck, kept alive. Luppy up ahead for Anthos. Anthos drags, can't dangle around the last man, however, with 26 seconds to go. Who was that? Was that Adler again? He's had a heck of a hockey game defensively. Now it's icing against the Indians with 18 and a half to go until you know what. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Lee. Up to Luppy. 12 seconds left. One last chance for the Indians. It comes over the line. But between the circles, Lehman couldn't handle it. The Indians have to shoot quickly here. It's off a stick. Turnaround try by Luppy. There it is. Put just wide by Wilbert. We said however long it takes, and we will keep our promise. It will take a little bit longer to determine the first of our 2 Penguins Cup finalists. Overtime en route of the sudden victory variety from the RMU Island Sports Center. Peters Township Indians 2, Mount Lebanon Blue Devils 2. Next goal wins the Penguins Cup semifinal, and we'll have it all for you here in just a moment. Now strap on your safety belts, folks. Here we go. Sudden victory overtime. The teams will keep their sides. They are not going to cut the ice. What they are going to do, however, is play, I believe, 10 minutes of sudden victory hockey. And again, whoever scores, whenever they score, will advance to the Penguins Cup final. Mount Lebanon extending this game, and with it, their season, on a fluky power play goal by Griffin Erdley from behind the Peters Township goal line, centering it off the skate of a Peters Township defender and in behind Alex Wilbert. 10-5 shot advantage for the Blue Devils in that third period, so now momentum has switched benches, and Peters Township trying to rally itself here and battle back. Again, these 2 teams played twice in the regular season. One game that was as tight as this one and eventually did go to overtime. Another not so much. Officials going over the overtime rules with the scores table. And again, we're just about ready to resume play here from the RMU Island Sports Center. North Allegheny, Bethel Park, we'll keep it warm for you, we promise. It will be a 17-minute, as I stand corrected, sudden victory period here. Again, next goal wins. The opening faceoff is controlled by the Blue Devils. Husak with it over the line. In on goal, blockered aside by Wilbert. Luppy with it. Up ahead for the Indians, who are unable to get it much further. This one flipped beyond the reach of Torrey Schwartz. Blue Devils put it off the glass and back into the Peters Township zone. Puck beyond the reach of Anthos. Will this be icing? No, they say it went off a Blue Devil. Puck up ahead, dies at the feet of Ian Post, who picks it up. And now Lee will try to play it for Peters Township. Oh, he misplayed it, and the Blue Devils are able to get it deep. Seth Hanna from behind his own goal line for Ryan Lee. Lee waits, watches, and now will ice the puck 48 seconds into the sudden victory period. It is Griffin Erdley who has the game tire, taking the faceoff and winning the faceoff for Mount Lebanon. Shot from the point, went off the body. Peters Township trying to get a quick transition play going, but they can't. They do clear the zone, however, as play resets. Poon from the far boards will flip it out of his own territory, and it is stopped at the red line by the Blue Devils before Peters regains possession. Sent deep by Eric Wilbert. Vines with it for Mount Lebanon. And the Blue Devils come back 2-on-2. They'll make it 2-on-3. Mitchell out in front, has a stick lifted. Now it comes out in front, and it's taken away by the Indians' Nico Watsula. Watsula over the Mount Lebanon line. Watsula's shot, kick save made by Weaver. The rebound is controlled by Peters Township. Watsula to the point. Shot from the point, in on goal. Turnaround try by Lehman, goes off a Mount Lebanon body. Alexander looking for Wilbert. And bodies collide in the far corner as Peters Township still has this puck. Comes out in front, up to Alexander. Alexander's shot blocked, and he's flattened. And the Blue Devils clear the zone. Watsula to Alexander, who gets it deep. Alexander has to wait for his men to tag up here, and he will. Now he gloves this puck down, and it's kicked at by one of the Blue Devils and played out of the zone by Owen Barrett. Anthos up ahead for Schwartz. Schwartz goes down. Mount Lebanon has it, and they sail it back through the center circle. Peters Township intercepts. Alexander patiently maneuvering with the puck. Gets it deep after gaining the red line and comes off the ice. Blue Devils go back the other way, but Hannah's going to get there first. They say no icing. Hannah to Lee. And this one goes past everybody as well. Vines with it from behind the Mount Lebanon goal. It goes off a stick and up to Luke Husak. Husak tries to center it. Play broken up by Anthos. They were looking for Wyatt George, the magic man there, but nothing doing, said Peters Township defensively. Anthos off the glass, and it's chipped up ahead here by Luppy. Luppy in the corner has it. Anthos couldn't take that pass as he was too well marked. Schwartz gave it up, and here come the Blue Devils the other way, but Anthos is going to get back defensively between the circles as George sailing it over the net. The rebound is put off the glove hand of Wilbert. A tense moment there for Peters Township as the Indians regain possession. Anthos over the line. And it comes back to center for Erdley. Erdley maneuvers around a man. Erdley from the left circle. Erdley from a bad angle in on Wilbert. He makes the easy save there. Lehman to the point and out. Lebo has to tag up now. Hannah going D to D to Jeff Poon. Up ahead to Eric Wilbert. Looking for Andy Wilbert. Loose puck taken away by Lehman. Lehman to Poon, who's just able to keep it in. That goes off a Blue Devils stick and sent down low where the Indians maintain possession. Poon pinching. Couldn't get that puck deep, and the Blue Devils take it over. Mount Lebanon making a line change here as Peters Township has it in their own end. Off the glass and kicked out by Adler. That one went off a foot, and it's sent the other way by Peters Township. Good poke check there again by Adler. He is tough defensively, and now he's shielding the man from the puck. That's Andy Wilbert before the Indians flip it up ahead. And with it now going the other way, or trying to, is Schwartz, but he overskated it, and the Blue Devils are going to send it back the other direction. Near side, it'll come now to Hunter Ferguson. Lead pass a little too far for Torrey Schwartz, and the Indians are guilty of icing with 11:46 to go in the sudden victory period. 2-2 the score. The next goal will decide Penguins Cup semifinal 1 of 2 here on the island tonight. In Class AAA. Husak against Anthos. Anthos wins it. Both teams whacking at that puck before it's controlled finally by the Blue Devils. Luppy couldn't get it going the other way. And now he will pick it up and go over the Mount Lebanon blue line. He's hit hard and taken out of the play as Adler puts it off the boards. And the Blue Devils clear the zone for the moment, but it's picked up again by Ryan Luppy. Luppy trying to outmaneuver his man there, and that's George. As it's sent back up ahead to Ian Post of the Blue Devils. Aiden Alexander with it. Alexander at the feet of Schwartz, who's unable to do much with that as the puck is flipped into Peters Township territory. Owen Barrett behind his own cage, off the boards. And Peters Township trying to get a breakout going here. Anthos off a foot. Oh, looked like Andy Wilbert might have a chance there, but the Blue Devils were well prepared. Hannah flips it back to the Mount Lebanon blue line. That puck goes by everybody. Watsula into Mount Lebanon territory, but can't get very far. And here come the Blue Devils 2-on-2. Off the boards, Wilbert watches it go by. One of the Blue Devils is double teamed in the corner. That's Erdley, and Lehman's going to come out with the puck now. Cross ice for Andy Wilbert. Wilbert shrugs off a body check and sends it up ahead for Watsula. Watsula from between the circles, just wide. The Blue Devils are able to clear, and a funny bounce of the puck there. Picked up by Hannah. Hannah off a Mount Lebanon body. And now he gains the red line and dumps it off one of the linesmen, it looked like, and it goes back into Mount Lebanon territory. Steal by the Indians, bouncing puck out in front. The Blue Devils scrambling for it, and finally Weaver will play it safe. 9:46 to go in the overtime, as Peters Township and Mount Lebanon will face it off to the right of goaltender Bradley Weaver. Tie up on the faceoff, and it'll go to the Blue Devils, but it's taken away. Bad angle shot. Oh, that went wide of the net. Lee from the point. Off a stick and wide. Luppy giving chase. Gets it for Schwartz. Schwartz is contacted from behind, but keeps his feet. It comes to the point for Hannah. Hannah toward goal. It's blocked. Pollock got in the way of that one, and he will clear and ultimately ice the puck with 9:17 to play. Luppy wins the faceoff. The Indians try to keep it alive, and they do just barely. Luppy centers it. Turnaround try by Schwartz wide of the goal. Luppy trying to put it off the side, and then he does. It's kicked at. The Blue Devils are going to get there first, and they're going to clear the area. Ferguson for Peters Township. For Anthos. Anthos left it for nobody, but it was picked up by one of his teammates, fortunately. That was Poon. Ferguson sends it deep, no icing. Peters Township changing lines here as we hit the midpoint of the overtime, or roughly thereabouts. This comes to Watsula now. Watsula being chased as he crosses the line. And it's a good poke check there by the Blue Devils to clear the zone. Off of Wilbert's stick, Eric Wilbert that is. Lehman over the line now. Lehman can't handle it, however, as it bounces back in front of the Mount Lebanon bench, and Wyatt George will go the other way. George taken down as we play on. Watsula gives chase. And that should negate the icing. It does. Watsula steals the puck now toward goal. It's blocked. And back the other way goes Mount Lebanon. Ian Post from the circle flips it past everything, and it'll go into the protective netting right in front of the Hat Trick Club. And we'll get a face-off. Now this face-off should be, I would surmise, outside the Peters Township zone, unless they say that a Peters player deflected that puck out of play. And that is what they're going to say, apparently. 7:54 to go in OT. To the point it comes. Pollitt off a glove. Aiden Weaver getting in position, has the puck now, and we'll send it back to center. Blue Devils tagging up here. Peters Township possesses the puck. Hannah for Lee, who blows a tire but is able to at least gain the red line and get the puck somewhat deep before Ryan Luppy sends it back into Mount Lebanon territory. And icing called now against the Blue Devils. 7:24 to go in the overtime. Lehman going against Sam Falbo in the face-off circle. And Lehman was tied up, but the Indians looked like they won that face-off. Blue Devils fighting for possession now, and they do gain it. Coming back in earnest is one of the Blue Devils, and a penalty coming up against the Indians. Jack Garlick was tripped as he entered the Peters Township zone, and Mount Lebanon is going to get a power play in overtime with 7:08 to play. Seth Hanna, the guilty party. And we may have a timeout here by the Blue Devils to talk shop. We do.
Peters Township penalty, number 18, Seth Hanna, 2 minutes for tripping at 7:08.
Well, there you have it. For both these teams, this is the season. 2-2 your score. 7:08 remaining in overtime period number 1 of the Penguins Cup semifinal here at the RMU Island Sports Center. Mount Lebanon taking time to discuss the power play. Both teams are 1 for 1 on the man advantage thus far. Andy Wilbert scored the power play goal for Peters Township to give it a 2-1 lead with time dwindling in the second period. And with time dwindling in the third, it was Griffin Erdley scoring a fluke goal from behind the goal line that went off an Indian and into his own net. Now let's see who takes the draw for the Indians here. It looks like it's going to be Torrey Schwartz. Luke Husak doing the honors for Mount Lebanon. And the Blue Devils have it. Adler, right point. To Husak. Husak to Erdley. Erdley to the half wall. From the left hash. Shot in on Wilbert, rather, is denied. Ian Post can't handle it. And the Indians are not going to press here. They're going to just try and play sound positional hockey here on the penalty kill. Blue Devils enter the zone again. From the left circle, here's a shot. Knocked aside, never made it through. That was Post again, trying to find the net. Erdley with it, the assistant captain for the Blue Devils. Centered out in front, it's loose. Blue Devils have it. Here's George. It's blocked. And it comes outside the zone. What a play there by Schwartz. Luppy poking at it. Tries to tie up George, he can't. Wyatt George over the line again. In on Wilbert, and Wilbert will cradle it and hold on. 6:13 to play in the first overtime. 1:04 remaining on the Peters Township penalty kill. Husak jockeying for position, and he wins another offensive zone faceoff. From the side boards, or from the half wall rather, Post shot was blocked, and the Blue Devils are going to have to take their time here and set up shop again with 50 to go on the penalty to Hanna. This puck poked at by Lehman, centered for Husak. He can't get to it. Lee's going to get there first, but he can't clear it out. The Indians do have it, however, and they will methodically get it outside their own zone. Lehman coming back shorthanded as he has his pocket picked by George. And the Indians might be trapped here, but they get back on the back check as Lehman plays it around Husak and outside the area. 22 to go in the penalty. Over the line is Adler. Adler around a man. Still playing with this puck. Out in front it comes. It's loose and knocked away by Lehman. And this will go all the way back into the Mount Lebanon zone. Glove down by Wilbert. Wilbert over the line, trying to center it for Schwartz. And the Indians now back to full strength. A season-saving penalty kill for the time being by the Peters Township Indians. Ferguson with it. That went off one of the Blue Devils as it dies in the far corner. Back to neutral ice it comes. Hunter Ferguson with it again, taking a hard bump from Sam Falbo. Sam Falbo trying to go the other way as he's met at center ice by Ferguson. This one off the glove of Watsula. Watsula doesn't know where it is. And now he's going to let one of the other Indians clean up this play. Barrett trying to get around the referee. He has the puck now for Peters Township as it's kicked out and taken away by the Blue Devils, but only for the moment. Peters Township giving up the body, giving up everything they can to prevent quality chances here in the overtime period with just over 4 minutes to go in it. This puck will come now the other way to Wilbert. Wilbert's shot blocked. Wilbert stays with it. It's loose between the circles. Turnaround try. That's blocked. Eric Wilbert was the one playing the puck there for the Indians. Goes off the glass, but not out. Slap shot. That never made it through. With it now, Anthos rather, for Eric Wilbert. And it comes near side. The Blue Devils trying to clear their zone. They can't. Oh, now they do. But Anthos has it again for Peters Township. Anthos over the line. Anthos centers it. It's loose. Shot blocked. From a bad angle, it's sticked aside by Weaver. Kept alive by Watsula. But now the Blue Devils with a 2-on-2. With it over the line is Fino Monaco. He couldn't do anything with it. And now the Indians take over. Owen Barrett over the red line. Barrett toward goal, and it's going to be held there by Bradley Weaver as players push and shove. Oh, Owen Barrett did exactly what he wanted to do there. Get the puck deep and force an offensive zone faceoff. 2:56 to play in the overtime period. Lehman gets tied up on the faceoff, and the Blue Devils have it. They have a chance maybe if they hurry, but Hanna puts it back towards center. Schwartz, cross ice, comes to Lehman. Shot wide. Oh, that might have hit the post. Oh, the Indians that close. Hanna for Schwartz. Schwartz is hit hard. It's behind the Mount Lebanon net now. Played up and out. Lee near side for Hanna. Hanna dumps it in. Off the referee's crease, and it comes back to Hanna. Wilbert unable to get that puck deep. And the Indians have it. It's intercepted, though, by Pollitt. Pollitt toward the goal. Flipped up ahead now for Schwartz. Schwartz shooting. Oh, blockered away by Weaver, and that also might have caught part of the post. Andy Wilbert with it. In the corner. Goes back to Hanna. He fanned on that shot. And now the Indians have to get back defensively as one of the Blue Devils blows a tire. Jack Garlick, who drew that earlier penalty, was trying to get the play going the other way, but fell down for Mount Lebanon. Anthos now is knocked down. Play goes on. Ferguson cleaning up the neutral zone. Gains the red line and just wraps it back in. Approaching 1 minute remaining in the overtime period.
1 minute remaining in the period.
And we are corroborated. Anthos had a glance off his stick. The Blue Devils trying to play it cleanly, and they do. Post up ahead, looking for an opening, and now Wyatt George has it for Mount Lebanon. George between the circles, snaps it wide. Lehman whacking at it. Can't get it outside the area. Now the Indians are able to clear as this puck is gloved down at the blue line, and a hand pass called against the Blue Devils with just over half a minute to play in the first overtime. Face-off win by the Indians. Ryan Lee sends it in behind the Blue Devils' goal. 20 seconds remaining. Hanna had a little trouble with it, but there's Luppy. Luppy's got to hurry now, and so do the rest of the Indians. It's put behind the net, off the boards, and out of play. 7.5 to go now, and this face-off will stay in the Blue Devils' zone. Oh, a shot off the faceoff is blocked away alertly by Weaver. 1 second left, and we will play a second overtime to decide Penguins Cup semifinal 1 of 2 here on the island. 2-2 still your score. More bonus hockey from the home of the Colonials in a moment. They say it's about to get crazy here on the island. Oh, if you're a Peters Township hockey fan or a Mount Lebanon hockey fan, you just may be down that rabbit hole already. 2-2 your score through 4, count them, 4 periods of play here in the 2019 Class AAA Penguins Cup semifinal. Shots in the first overtime period were even at 7 apiece. The Peters Township Indians with a big penalty kill also in that overtime frame, surviving a tripping minor to Seth Hanna. And again, it'll be the Indians attacking from right to left on your television screen as we begin the second overtime period. Both teams playing for the next goal, with it will come a trip to the Penguins Cup final in Class AAA next Tuesday night at the UPMC Lemieux Complex in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. It'll be Anthos and Husak at center ice. Husak kicks it to one of the Indians. That's Seth Hanna, and we're underway again. Indians fans bringing the noise level to fever pitch here as Weaver covers for the first faceoff of the second overtime. Same players again. No, that's Luppy this time as the shot is deflected in on goal and kicked at by Weaver. Shot from Lee misses everything. Anthos with it along the half wall. Anthos wraps it off the boards to Luppy. Luppy wraparound. Oh, denied by Weaver, who just got his leg back literally at the last possible moment to deny the easy wraparound goal. And here come the Indians again. Anthos trying to get open down the middle. He takes the pass in the near corner. Has a little trouble handling it on the clean ice, however. Comes up to Lee. Sent deep for Luppy. Luppy can't catch up to it. Paul at will. He can't clear the area, but it's intercepted by the Blue Devils, and now they will get it back into Peters Township territory. Luppy monitored by Ian Post as this puck is intercepted by Mount Lebanon. Wyatt George over the line. Drops it off to Ian Post. Post centering pass broken up. And this one misses everything. Fleming let it go outside the zone. Luppy trying to get a play going the other way as it was poked at by one of the Blue Devils. And now the Indians are offside. And Ryan Luppy just had too much momentum going over the Mount Lebanon blue line and was never going to be able to get back on there. So they'll drop the puck outside the Lebo zone. Slapped at by Barrett. Mitchell giving chase. Peters Township with it up ahead as it glances off a stick. And covered to his right by Bradley Weaver. Well, again, Bradley Weaver made 41 saves in the quarterfinals. He is no stranger to carrying a heavy workload, and he's been tested tonight. From behind the goal line, it's Wilbert. Gave it away to Aiden Weaver. And he's just going to try and skate it back to the red line as Eric Wilbert punches it back into the Lebo zone. Sent up ahead to Mitchell. Sam Mitchell from the corner. Alex Wilbert hugging his post as the Blue Devils try to keep it alive, and they do. Aiden Weaver playing it. Peters regains possession, however. Bodies collide, and now two of the Indians run into one another as Eric Wilbert is no worse for the wear. Icing called here in the meantime against the Blue Devils. 14:53 to go in the second overtime. Anthos couldn't win the draw, but the Peters Township Indians keep it alive. It goes off a foot before the Blue Devils are finally able to clear. And Lee not quite able to keep the play going as Schwartz couldn't tag up on time. .43 to go in the second overtime. Face off outside the Lebo blue line. This time the Indians control the draw. Ryan Lee misplayed it, but gets it up ahead to Anthos. Anthos will just dump it in. And this lead pass is intended for Jack Garlick, and it finds Garlick, but Garlick is poke-checked at the last moment by, I believe that was Hannah. Here come the Indians the other way. Schwartz off the mask, and it's sitting there. Oh, Wilbert couldn't get to the rebound on time. Boy, Weaver pulling saves out of places he didn't know existed. The Indians fans continuing to make noise here with 14 to play in double OT. Lee through a crowd and wide. Now redirected in behind the net. Tori Schwartz. And what's the call here? Face-off coming outside Peters Township, or Mount Lebanon territory, I beg your pardon. And again, not quite sure what the indication is here, but the Blue Devils catch a bit of a break there with 13:49 to play in the second overtime. Blue Devils controlling off the face-off. Ian Post up ahead looking for Wyatt George, nothing doing. The Indians trying to clean up their own zone. But George has it between the circles. His shot denied by Wilbert, and he'll freeze. 13:33 to play in the second overtime. Indians with the face-off. Schwartz makes a move. Schwartz to goal. Schwartz, save, rebound, saved again. Oh, Bradley Weaver holding his ground. Anthos on the face-off for Peters Township. And he wins it. Schwartz put it off a Mount Lebanon leg, and here's Wyatt George coming back the other way. He's got moves. He shoots. It's blocked. That was Hunter Ferguson getting in the way. The Blue Devils still have it, though. It's out in front. Shot put wide. Oh, the Mount Lebanon bench thought Ian Post had the game on his stick right there, and he just might have, but he sailed it over the Peters Township goal. .13:07 to play in the second overtime. Kicked loose, won by the Indians, but they can't get it out of their own end. Early takes a hard hit. Played on the half wall by Aiden Weaver. And one of the Blue Devils without his stick now as the Indians gain possession and try to skate it out of their own zone. They do. Muscling the man off the puck as it comes to Eric Wilbert. Centering pass, shot, oh, put through the blue paint. The Blue Devils in transition. Well, nothing doing there as Hannah was ready for it. Flipped over the goal. And the rebound gloved down by one of the Indians. That's Hannah. Hannah flips it back towards center. Bouncing puck swatted at by Adler. The Blue Devils can't play it, or it'll be a hand pass, so the Indians will just send it back into Mount Lebanon territory. Lehman has the red line, and he dumps it in as the Indians change lines. One of the Blue Devils cheating up ahead of the play. That's Erdley, and it goes too far. Does the outlet pass, and it's icing against the Blue Devils with 12:02 to go in the second overtime. Anthos on the draw. Falbo tried to kick it to one of his men. He couldn't. It's sent around the horn. Luppy is rubbed out of the play by Pollitt, and here come the Blue Devils. Jack Garlick over the line. He shoots off a body. Loose puck. It's being kicked at. Shot. No goal. Goaltender interference is the indication against the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. The goal was waved off immediately by the official who was closest to the net. The Blue Devils are pleading their case, but it seems pretty clear from our vantage point that Wilbert was knocked down and did not have a good faith attempt to make the save. And I believe that's what these officials are explaining to the Mount Lebanon leadership group. The Blue Devils are arguing that his own man pushed him into the keeper. But again, the goal does not stand. It is goaltender interference against the Blue Devils. 11:44 to play in the second OT, and we play on as a result. Here come the Indians. Luppy ridden out of the play. Tries to center it. It's broken up. Kept in by Lee, who puts it off a body. Kept inside the zone by Torrey Schwartz. Schwartz centers for Luppy, broken up. Hanna back toward the blue line. Blue Devils going the other way. Over the line is George. George drags, shoots, puts it wide. Adler gets it deep. Indians want to make a change here. As this goes off a Peters Township stick, pursued by Andy Wilbert. Wilbert being played by Fleming. Gets it behind the goal to Schwartz, or to Anthos rather. Schwartz was waiting to receive that pass. He couldn't. Anthos steals it, and he puts his man into the boards. And now George has it. Oh, penalty coming up here against the Indians. Wyatt George is contacted now. And the Indians are going to be shorthanded again. Cross-checking is going to be the call. Anthos got a little overzealous in the offensive zone, and another season-defining penalty kill coming up here for the Indians. Mount Lebanon 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. 10:35 to play in double overtime. And a timeout taken by the Indians, it appears. Peters Township 2.
Peters Township.
It is Peters Township using their timeout.
Penalty, number 81, Jeremy Anthos. 2 minutes for cross-checking at 10:35.
Peters Township 2, as I was saying, Mount Lebanon 2, your score here in double overtime. 2 of 3 Wilbert brothers, Eric and Andrew, the goal scorers in regulation for Peters Township. And it was Wyatt George and Griffin Erdley bookending the scoring in regulation for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Erdley with 2 goals in as many playoff games now for the Blue Devils so far. And he is the reason we are where we are. 10:35 to play again in overtime period number 2. The next goal will decide this Penguins Cup semifinal contest. And the team that scores said goal will play either the North Allegheny Tigers or Bethel Park Blackhawks in Tuesday's Penguins Cup championship game in Class AAA. They face off outside the Peters Township zone, and Wyatt George has it patiently for the Blue Devils. Near side for Husak. Husak crosses the line, centers it as it's broken up. Schwartz in pursuit. George, though, has it again for the Blue Devils. George around a man. George from the hash tries to get around the last wave and can't, and the Indians clear the zone. Post from just beyond the blue line. Tries to center it and can't. Both teams whacking at it. Barrett can't clear it. George between the circles, gets a man to go down, puts it off a body and wide. And that shot from the side of the net by one of the Blue Devils, Erdley, is blocked, and it's flipped outside the area. Lehman in pursuit. Lehman trying to get around his man here as he's ridden out of the play, and he bounces right back up. Oh, Mark Lehman is malleable. Blue Devils settle in over the line. Shot into the body of Wilbert. It's loose and sent outside the area. Oh, just beyond the reach of Tim Adler. Tense moment there for Peters Township. 50 to go in the Mount Lebanon power play. Centering pass for Post, offside. 9:21 to play in the second overtime period. 46 seconds on the penalty clock. Hanna in pursuit after the face-off. Gets the bounding puck and bounces it, ricocheting it all the way to the end of the rink. Pollitt settles it down. 30 to go in the power play for the Blue Devils. Sent near side for Garlick. Garlick trying to leave it for Weaver. He can. It's cleared again by Peters Township. Pollitt from his own blue line. Tries to flip it up ahead this time, and it'll be settled down by Vines, but offside. 8:48 to go in the second overtime period. 13 to go on the penalty clock. Schwartz to take the draw against Sam Falbo. And it's given away to Schwartz. Schwartz knocked down. Nothing called. 2-on-2 for Mount Lebanon. Aiden Weaver flips it to the corner. Falbo giving chase as he's bumped. Indians back to full strength. Kicked out by the Blue Devils, who still have it inside the Peters Township zone. And finally it's whiffed at by Anthos. Blue Devils keeping this puck deep as Ryan Lee shields his man from it and plays it around the boards and out. No icing. So 2 penalty kills here in extra time by the Indians. Puck given away to Peters Township now. Eric Wilbert behind the net for Anthos. Anthos ridden out of the play. And now we will have a penalty called against the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. A holding call is indicated. And it is Branwyn Pollitt going off with just under 8 minutes to play in the second overtime. And now the Indians have a chance to win the game on the man advantage. So the plot thickens here on the island. Face-off controlled by the Blue Devils, though, as the puck is loose. It is sent up, but not out. Schwartz with it. to Anthos. Anthos from the point. Waited a bit long to shoot that, though. Now sends it down low before it's intercepted. Oh, put off a body, not out. Anthos from the half wall. Tries to outrun his man there as the Blue Devils are going to try to clear the zone. They can't. Indians still with it. Anthos camped out in front. Hunter Ferguson ragging it. Gave it away for a moment, but gets it back. Ferguson pulled down. Nothing called. Wyatt George will take it away and clear it for the Blue Devils. 1:05 to go in the penalty to the Blue Devils. Anthos over the line. Anthos for Luppy. Luppy off the blocker. Whiffed at by one of the Indians. Luppy behind the net now. The Peters Township captain is taken out of the play by Fleming. 50-50 puck won by the Indians. Anthos down low. Luppy to Anthos. Shot wide. Rebound secured by the Indians. Left point it goes. Shot off a body and kept alive by Peters Township. To Anthos. Side of the net. Score! Lehman puts it home. Number 56 says bye, Felicia. And the Peters Township Indians will see you in the house at 66 built on Tuesday night. Final score, Peters Township 3, Mount Lebanon Blue Devils 2. Mark Lehman with the double overtime winner with 6:27 to play in the extra period and 29 seconds to go on the penalty clock. And that power play does prove to be decisive for the Indians. Lehman all alone at the side of the net. And this is a classy gesture by the Indians consoling the Blue Devils. Again, these are two very reputed South Hills powerhouse goals, a long history for both of them. And they know what it takes to win, both of them. The Blue Devils absolutely playing their hearts out. Bradley Weaver, the goaltender, with a phenomenal game in goal for Mount Lebanon.
Shots in the second overtime, Peters Township 6, Mount Lebanon 4.
And for Mark Lehman, his first goal.
Congratulations to Mount Lebanon on a great game and an outstanding season. Let's hear it for the Blue Devils.
Final shots on goal, in case you couldn't hear it.
Peters Township advances to the Class 2A Penguins Cup final on Tuesday night at the PIHL Sports Complex. Game time is 8:30.
And again, we congratulate Rick Tingle and the Indians on their trip to the Penguins Cup final on Tuesday against an opponent to be determined. And we congratulate the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, their neighbors, on a very fine season and well-played game as well. Thank you very much to Peters Township Community Television and the Matt Geitka for the opportunity. I am Matt Popchak saying so long from the RMU Island Sports Center. Again, your final score in double overtime, the Peters Township Indians 3 and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils 2 in the 2019 Class AAA PIHL Penguins Cup semifinal. I'm Matt Popchak, and that's all she wrote from Greater Pittsburgh.